Go big or go home, I guess. Welcome back! We took a little break, but we're back, we're happy, and we're enjoying life. So today is all about procrastination. I recently took a test about which procrastination styles you have, and then ways to change it and everything, and I thought I would share that with you. So there are 5 different styles of procrastination, and I have my list right here. So there is perfectionists, there is the dreamer, the worrier, the defier, and the crisis maker. So I got 4 out of 5 of them. Great. But the way that this test does it is you answer these questions, you add up a score, and in doing so, if it's 10 or higher, then it's a major procrastination style, and if it's less, it's minor or not at all. So 4 of them are major procrastination styles, and 1 of them is a low minor. So I don't do it very often. So I want to explain to you all of these styles, and this is going to be a 2-parter, and next week we'll talk about ways to fix it, ways to help with it, and to get over these procrastination styles. So the first one is perfectionism. And for this one I got 15 out of 20. And this is one that I've had to deal with my entire life, of being a perfectionist, which seems kind of weird because if you've ever been in my space, I'm very messy, I'm a very creative person, so everything goes everywhere, but that's actually a part of it, is that if I can't do it perfectly, then I don't want to do it, which is super hard to get over, and so a lot of the times I won't work on projects, I won't clean my room, I won't do a whole bunch of stuff because it's not perfect, or I know I can never make it perfect. So I don't do it. And so that one's kind of hard, and especially with this, I always want to do things in one giant setting, so if I have a paper to write, I'll keep putting it off until the very last moment, because then I sit down and I just do the whole thing in one go, which also isn't good, because sometimes I'll push it so far back, and then I'll realize that I needed 2, 3, 4 sessions of doing it, that I don't have. The next procrastination style is being a dreamer, and I got an 18 out of 20. So the dreamer is basically, I want to be in a place that I'm not at yet. So I don't think that this assignment is very important because it won't help me in my goal in the future. So busy work, or some homework, tests, classes that I don't think apply, I don't want to do them because I don't see how they can help me with my goal. But also I spend a lot of time dreaming about the things that I want, and blowing them out of proportion. And so I want to do this thing, so I'll spend 5 hours working on this thing, and then I never finish it, and then it's 5 hours of wasted time. I could have been working on studying and everything. And so it's super hard to get over, because sometimes things just don't feel like they're worth it, and especially because I want to do entertainment and everything, you can't just jump into that. You have to work on it, and I'm not going to college for anything entertainment based, and so in my head, when I'm super into dreaming about being in entertainment, I think that classes are dumb, and I don't do the homework because it's what's the point? It's not helping me in the future, and so you have to kind of just strike down those dreams and be I have to focus on that now. Another thing with being a dreamer is that words can translate in my head as different things, so this is going to be hard to do turns into I can't do it, because if something's hard, then I can't, which is not healthy and not helpful in any way. And so big projects or new things, I feel like I can't do them because they're going to be hard, and so I just nah, no thanks, which not helpful. The third procrastination style is the worrier, and I got a 19 out of 20 on this one, which means it's my biggest one, it's my hardest one, it's the one that I face with the most. And for this one, it's what most people assume what a worrier is. It's just putting up those walls and not wanting to do anything and always panicking about stuff. One major thing about it is there's so many what ifs, like with everything, especially in college, of trying new clubs, and like this isn't just about like homework, like you can procrastinate about anything. And so like if I want to go to a new club, there's so many what ifs and meeting new people and shadowing and all this stuff that there's so many what ifs that I panic. And I need a lot of positive affirmation from anybody and everybody. So it's like, I will make a schedule and I'll text someone and be like, hey, what do you think of the schedule? Or, hey, what about this? Or my outfit? Or should I throw away these socks? And it's things like that, of like little things that most people don't think matter, but I need people to tell me like, yeah, that's great. Or you are doing awesome. Or I think that's a great idea. Because if not, there's so many what ifs of what happened if I'm not doing the right thing? And what if it's not supposed to be this way? And all of these things, and it just spirals into this panic of I'm working on 16 different things because I don't know which ones are right, and then I hit a roadblock where I need positive affirmation, but I'm not getting it because people can't always give me positive affirmation, so I'm not finishing things. You can see where the problem is with that. Another thing a worrier does is we never want to finish a project, and this also ties in with my perfectionism, is that if I finish a project, then that means I have to move on to a new one, and that's a new thing that I don't want to have to deal with. And so sometimes I will drag out the very end of a project because I don't want to finish it. And obviously with like homework and everything, like I don't do that as much because it's like that deadline is like the day, and then I like have to turn it in, and then I have to start something new. But at like work and everything, it's on my own schedule, and so I will work on a project a little bit, and I'll work on it slowly, make sure everything's perfect and the spacing is right and everything, and then I'll hold on to it for another day and be like, well, maybe it's not done yet, because I don't want to have to start the new thing because it's probably a whole new thing, and I might have to learn a new software thing, and it's new and scary, and so I'll just hold on to that. The defier, and I got a 7 out of 20, so it's not a major one. Like, I don't see myself as this. Some people will rebel against other people and not do it because they don't want to. And so a lot of the time it's simple things as like, no, I'm not gonna do this project because I think it's dumb, so I won't do it. Defiers want to make their own rules and their own schedule, and they want to do it their way and their way alone. And so when people try to like come in and change things or anything, they don't want to do it. For this one, people use procrastination to defy authority. So, I think this teacher is dumb, so I won't do the reading. Or, I think my boss is stupid, and I don't like working there, so I won't finish my projects and everything. And so the defier just uses procrastination as a way to get back at whoever gave them the task. The last major way that people procrastinate is the crisis maker. I got a 16 out of 20 for this one, and this one hits pretty close to home, I feel, for a lot of people, but they don't usually see it as this, because I didn't think I was this until like I read the description and everything. But basically the crisis maker is when I don't do a project, and then at that last moment, like the night of, I will panic, and so I will obviously get motivated to finish the project. And being a crisis maker is really hard because a lot of the times you don't finish in time. Because you need to be able to plan things out, and it's sloppy, and sometimes you don't finish, and then you feel bad for not finishing it on time. And so being a crisis maker is super dangerous. But another thing about being a crisis maker is not only with homework and deadlines, but it affects everything. And so I will have little things of like, I'll be walking from work back to my dorm, and I'll think about a homework assignment that's due in 2 days, and I will spike my own anxiety because it's a rush and it'll get me motivated, and then I'll get back to the dorm and I'll panic as I'm doing the whole thing, but I'm not thinking clearly, and it's not as well done as it should be because I panicked my whole way through it, and it's just bad. One of the traits of a crisis maker is homework is very boring and they're uninterested, and I have this a lot of I'll sit down to do something and I'm just bored with it. I don't want to have to read and everything, and so I won't do it, and I'll say, oh, I'll put it off a little longer. Maybe I just need to go eat something, or maybe I should go clean something, or I'll try something else, and then I'll bounce from project to project to project to 3 different assignments to cleaning my room twice, and I'll sit down at that assignment and I won't do any of them because I'm bored. I don't want to do it, and so I don't. And then we get closer and closer to the deadline, and then my anxiety starts to spike up more and more and more, especially with tests and studying, because for me studying is not very exciting because I'm not learning anything, I'm just going over old things, and so I will put that off to 2 days before, 1 day before, the night before, and then I'll panic because I have a test tomorrow, and I didn't study, and I'm gonna do so bad, and then I'm super like stressed before I get there, and then I gotta have a panic attack and everything, and then I'll get to the test and I studied 6 hours the night before, if I do that much, because sometimes I'm still bored while I'm studying and panicking. Like, it's a crazy experience. And then I'll study and I'll go to the test and I'm panicking because I didn't study as much as I wanted to, and it's horrendous to deal with because I'm doing it to myself, which is the worst thing, is that it's my fault. And so I spend a lot of time now just like working through that. The actual last one is the overdoer. The overdoer is someone who says yes to basically everything. If they say yes to everything, then they don't have to do tasks that they don't want to do because they have the distraction of doing other things. Overdoers can't make decisions as well. They haven't developed it correctly, and so they'll say yes to basically everything. If they want to hang out, if they want to pick up another project, if they want to go study with other people, they always say yes. This leads to doing 17 million things, and so then they can't do it, and they fail. If not one thing, then all of them. Overdoers are usually hard workers. They are constantly doing something, and sometimes it's hard to catch them because they're studying, or in 16 groups, or doing other things, and so they seem busy but they're not successful. Overdoers suffer from low self-esteem because they don't believe that they can do everything, because they can't. Overdoers have trouble asking for help. Overdoers lack self-discipline, especially when it comes to their own personal needs. They find it difficult to relax without feeling guilt or shame. So those are the 5 major ways to procrastinate and their names. Next week, we'll be talking about how to deal with it. Since I have 4 of these, I am putting them into practice. And it's super difficult to put them into practice. I'm just going to tell you that now because I have so many rules and regulations through all of these that I have to do 17 steps at the end of every day, at the beginning of every day, and I have to do stuff while I'm studying to make sure that I'm staying focused and everything, and it's super difficult, but I haven't seen any difference yet, but I've only been doing this for a week, and I didn't even do it for half of last week because it's something new and it's time consuming, and that crisis maker in me is popping out and being like, do I really have to make a schedule? I actually have 2 schedules. I have the one that I want to do and then the actual one, and then I have my private schedule, my personal, and then my assignments, and it takes me 10 minutes to write everything out for a day, and it's a lot of time and it's a lot of effort, and I'm hoping if I stay on it, especially going into finals, because I have finals in 3 weeks, going into finals, I really have to start digging into the schedule because I have to do it for finals. So next week we'll talk all about what I do, what my magical sheet says to do, because some of them I had to cut out because I have so many of them that I had to modify some of them. Like some of the perfectionist ones and some of the crisis maker ones I contradict, because like for the perfectionist it's like, oh, like don't spend so much time working on homework and everything, but for the crisis maker it says please work more on stuff, and so you have to like find the medium, because like I can't work less and work more at the same time. So I'll tell you all of them. It'll be great. It'll be so exciting. So yeah, that's how life's been going for me and my newfound procrastination styles. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and like it, maybe. Thank you for watching this. People spend time watching what I do, which I think is crazy, because like people watching me just sit and talk about random things. Hopefully I'll jump back on the schedule, especially for the week that this comes out, and next week I'll have both of these out. I'm currently working on something that's taking a lot more time than I wanted it to, but it's gonna be super cool and it's gonna be super fun. But it takes time and energy. If you follow me on Snapchat, I've been working on it for 2 weeks, which is why I haven't put anything out, because I want to put it out so bad, but it just takes so much time. It's just so much effort. But hopefully you'll get that 2 weeks from right now. So that is the plan. So go ahead, like this video if you liked it. If you want me to keep doing stuff like this, comment below if there's anything you want me to talk about. I have a class where it's all about like college stuff, so if you want me to talk more about that stuff, put it in the comments, because I don't know what you want unless you tell me. Not a mind reader, surprisingly. Share this video if you think that it's fun and exciting, and if it helps you in any way. If you have a friend who you know procrastinates, just throw this video at them and be like, which one are you? So share the video if you'd like. I don't care. You do you. Subscribe, and if you do, ring the bell so you know when I post, so you get the exact second that I post my videos. And I'll see you when I see you. Bye!